David Crosby lo ha definito uno dei migliori giovani cantautori e chitarristi americani, e già questo ci sembra una buona garanzia. Sto parlando di Marcus Eaton, un cantautore che continua a ricevere consensi da parte di pubblico ma anche di critica. Nel 2006 è uscito il suo primo disco solista. In tutti questi anni Marcus ha aperto i concerti di Bob Dylan, Dave Matthews, Jack Savoretti, Judith Owen, fino al 2015, quando è uscito il suo ultimo lavoro in studio, Versions of the Truth. Abbiamo parlato di questo e di molto altro qui nei nostri studi. Questa è la mia intervista a Marcus Eaton.
Oh, that's a tough one. Versions of the Truth. How would I describe Versions of the Truth? That's my latest album. It's an eclectic album, as all of my albums have been very eclectic. So there's a lot of different types of music on there, and there's a lot of tonalities. And my music has always been kind of a mix of different inspirations. So there's songs on there that are really influenced by flamenco stuff. There's some rock stuff. There's some funk things. I mean, it's really hard to describe the music because it's eclectic, but there are unifying elements, and the vocals and the guitar kind of unify everything. And so it's a very unique album, and hopefully it's accessible. I mean, I like the song, Up and Over, and Up and Over I did a video for, and so that was kind of the song that I felt was kind of the most accessible to people, but also the song that represents me pretty well because it has a unique time change in there. It goes from 4 to 6. David Crosby singing background vocals on there, which is really cool. And anyway, so it's just kind of a neat out. I really enjoyed this album actually more than anything I've ever done because I did it myself. My friend and I basically recorded the whole thing. It was from a Kickstarter project. And so it came out really, really well. The mastering's great, so I'm excited about it,
So many times we've seen one person's revolution, rising up like a bird, turning faith into...
This album was also unique because before this album I was working with Crosby on his album, Cross was the name of the album, Cross. And so he told me that he would work on my album with me, so we got him on background vocals, which was really fun. It was just a super fun collaboration. And also, just some other amazing musicians like Lee Sklar, who plays bass on everything. He plays bass with James Taylor and Phil Collins, and I mean he has a selected discography of about 2,000 albums. He's played with everyone. Ray Charles. He's played with Dolly Parton. He's played with Vince Gill. He played on my dad's albums. Anyway, so having him on there was a really nice treat. He played on 3 songs. And another awesome bassist named John Evans that plays with Tori Amos and Sarah McLachlan and a lot of other people. He did a great job. And then the drummer is my friend named Eric Eldinius. And he did an amazing job because he's sort of like the first drummer that I've really worked with that really knows how to play for the song. And who else? Jeff Young, who I just got done touring with, that plays keys with Jackson Brown. He played on there. And, it was nice because these people were all my friends, and it just felt really organic and natural. Plus I got to work on it at home, and that was just an amazing feeling. So. Crosby's quote, "Marcus plays guitar like God on a good day." That's pretty awesome. I mean, you can't top that. I don't even know what to say to that, but it's amazing. It's a good thing, especially because I think nowadays, for an artist like me that's trying to still break through, you need somebody that is behind you, and you need advocates, and you need people to say things like that. So that's a really good feeling, to have someone like that is propelling you forward. You know?
Flying through the fire.
I feel really lucky because I grew up in a musical family, and my dad is, you know, a really amazing songwriter and a really amazing singer, pianist, guitarist. And my grandparents were also opera singers, and so being around that just has a profound effect on you, whether you realize, I mean, before you realize it. So when I was younger, I was around my dad doing his recordings at home. And so it influences you through osmosis. You take it in whether you realize it or not. And so I feel really lucky because I feel like that's exactly, you know, how I was supposed to grow up. We also grew up kind of in the middle of nowhere. And so we always had to find things to do to be creative. And we painted and we drew and we played music, and me and my brother. So that has an impact on the rest of your life. And you know, I feel very fortunate for that situation. Project. I'm right now almost finished with a 5-song EP. And I've decided that my next thing, you know, when they call it an EP, it's just a short album. You know, for years I've been doing full-length albums, but they take a lot of resources and they take a lot of time. And what's happened is that the consumption of music has changed. So you can give people one song at a time, and it sustains them for a while, and then give them another song maybe a month later, and it's just nice to keep people interactive at all times. It used to be you'd give them an album. That would keep them busy for a year. You know, you would go on tour, then you'd come back the next year, give them a new album. That just doesn't really work anymore. People want stuff all the time, and the more you can deliver, the better. So I have a 5-song album that's almost done that I've been working on just by myself. So actually it's really gratifying because of that. And I think it's, you know, anyway, I think it's almost done because you never really know with albums, like, is this done? But it's sounding really close to being finished, and there's been some really cool, even though it's been mostly me, I've had some cool collaborations on there too. I had this amazing violinist named Lizzie Ball that came and played and did this really nice string section. So I think with this album I'm going to get more, I actually want to do more strings. I really, really love strings. Yeah, I love, you know, violins, violas, cellos, string sections, because what I'm doing is so percussive with just the guitar and vocal that strings are actually perfect for playing pads and, you know, lifting up the sound. So that's kind of the next thing. And then, you know, there's going to be something after that because I'm always writing. I have new songs. I have old songs that I didn't get to put on the last album that I still want to record. So I have a lot of material that I just keep cycling through, and you know, in an ideal situation, it might be fun to get a producer too, you know, and to have a producer that would produce something new. So that could happen. We'll see.